Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Sox on Tap.
Tony, my first reaction is just fuck yes, let's go.
Sox versus the Twins. That's where it all starts. It all starts taking care of business in-house in the Central Division.
That's right, I'm a meatball.
You got to bring that top button swag, baby.
It is always great to beat the Cubs.
And I'm a homer, so I always say they're gonna. Dallas Keuchel Lansing got some beards that you should be afraid of.
What everybody said when he gets out there, it's me versus the other guy, and I'm going to beat him. So I just love that mentality. It's cool and fucking tough.
Steve, would you say that Tony is mad online?
I would definitely say that.
The White Sox winner.
White Sox fans, welcome in. It is the Sox on Tap post-game show. Johnny Nani here, joined by my co-host Tony Marchese, discussing White Sox fifth loss in a row. Tony, how does it make you feel?
Not great, Bob, is the first thing off of just my mind here. It was not a great ball game, Johnny, and not feeling great.
No, I'm not either. So, Tony, I wore the, since we're playing the Twins first time this year, I wore the blackout shirt, hoping to, have some like good vibes since that game came against the Twins. Now I just want to get blacked out, like hammered. So
it's Friday night, man. Like, are we heading in that direction? What are we trying to do here? Crack 'em, Johnny. Cheers.
I mean, like this ball game made me want to, and honestly, I wish it was just victory beers, and like that's like the reason we were getting down this like road, but. Unfortunately, that's not the case. White Sox fall 2-1 to open the series here in Twin Cities tonight. Very winnable ball game that should have been won. Yes, sure, bats are still cold, but man, defensive slop shows back up, Tony, and that just it is so frustrating, and it sucks because we've hashed it through. Feels like we've already had this conversation a million times.
We absolutely have. You and Sean talked about this. I think. Steve and I have talked about any combination that you have on this show has talked about some of this slop. We've talked about it together collectively. We've done it for a couple of years now, talking about exactly this ball game. It just, there's you got to show up to play.
Yeah. Tony, I think one of the biggest things here, we'll kind of get into some of the specs in a little bit, but man, from an overall thematic standpoint, it's that the leaders aren't leading, because when you look at that eighth inning meltdown there, who made the errors? Two of your team leaders.
Yeah, and Johnny, I just this entire ball game had, the initial reaction. This entire ball game had some negative vibes around it, from the broadcast down to what felt like the team play throughout the entire thing. It almost felt as if you were going to lose this ball game some way, somehow. I don't like coming into ball games, watching it, and having that vibe. Not a good thing.
Yeah, no, I don't either. And it felt like some of the kind of sludge, traveled with them from Cleveland to Minnesota. But at the same time, I was also kind of hoping for a new series, fresh start, new city, sort of kind of, reset. But you press the reset button. I was hoping they would have done that in between games 1 and 2 on Wednesday out in Cleveland. Obviously, that didn't happen. So I was thinking maybe change of scenery, literally, physically, out there, would have, maybe sparked something. Maybe AJ Pollock returning. Maybe some guy that wasn't around for all of that. That's what I talked about with Sean in the post game yesterday, and that just didn't come to fruition because AJ Pollock didn't have himself that great of a game. Granted, it's been missed 10 games, but still, I was hoping for a little bit of spark there.
No real spark, and this is something I don't want to jump too far ahead here, Johnny, but something that we talked about a little bit last week was with this rotation right now. You've got Dylan Cease, you've got Michael Kopeck. That's your 1-2. And if you're losing those ball games, it spells a lot of trouble. Not foreshadowing throughout here. I think we might get Lucas Giolito back rather soon here, maybe throughout this weekend. But these last two games really, really hurt.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And you make a good point there about losing those starts. And it's not on those guys fully because, yes, like I talked about with Sean in the series finale against Cleveland, Dylan Cease, sure, not as sharp as his first two starts, but he still gave you a chance to win, right? Michael Kopeck more than gave you a chance to win tonight. and they just weren't able to get it done, man. They let it slip. They let victory or they clenched defeat from the jaws of victory. It's just terrible.
It's mind blowing, man. It really is.
Yeah, let's. You'd mentioned starting pitching there, though. Let's talk Michael Kopeck. I know there's plenty to be upset about later in this, but his stuff is nasty, man. They had talked a little bit on the broadcast. Maybe my favorite part about the broadcast is talking about the curveball that he had, because you know me, that's my favorite pitch in the game. I love a good curveball. He's got that to go along with the nasty slider, and then the fastball with tail, that ride on it, man. That is pretty stuff to watch.
It is. It's really pretty stuff to watch. And Michael Kopeck is someone that I really think could have the type of ace stuff to lead this rotation. It's sort of just almost comical at this point that Michael Kopeck, has gone through everything that he's gone through, because I think he's got the highest upside out of any White Sox pitcher. Really, I honestly do. That includes Dylan Cease. That includes Lucas Giolito. Michael Kopeck has that fuck you stuff that I think really plays at the major league level, and his level of competitiveness could probably be up there with a guy like Lance Lynn in the sense that he just an absolute gamer. And, you see him right now on some pitch counts coming into this year is your number 3, number 4 guy. I think that's a really good thing for the White Sox. And then you see him go out there and just dance around the zone, delivering heat, some nasty breaking stuff. I really cannot wait to see Michael Kopeck pitch without some sort of leash on him. Like, I've been waiting for that as a White Sox fan, and getting him in the starting rotation kind of does give you a little bit of that, but knowing that he's on such a strict pitch limit, especially early in this year, kind of robs you of the full Michael Kopeck experience. But honestly, dude, his stuff is just unreal. Got squeezed today on multiple occasions, and yet here he is putting up decent numbers. You can't lie. Like, that's what he's doing. He's making the most of his opportunities right now.
Yeah, and I agree with you're not getting the full experience in terms of the innings pitch limits, whatever it is. And obviously there's a number that publicly we don't know, but inside that locker room, inside the training staff walls, they know they have it set probably. But even with that, he gets up and over 20 pitches in the first inning because counts are going full. Like you had talked about getting squeezed a little bit. But he's able to work around that, and a little bit of help from Reese McGuire there too. Very nice throw to gun a runner down, ending that first. But being able to go through and when I saw, as soon as you're getting up there, like in that 20 plus in the first inning, I was thinking, damn, like we're probably only gonna get 4, and that's hopeful. But it's like he goes 5 tonight. His final line, reading off 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. I'll take that any day from Michael Kopeck early on in the season.
Absolutely. And I think that, he did his job out there tonight, Johnny. It's up to the bats sometimes to turn that around and give you that support.
Yeah, let's get into the bats a little bit, Tony. Cold bats. Bats stay cold once again. They've been cold for a stretch of 7 games now or so. I think that's 6-7 games, and obviously that coincides with the losing streak now at 5. They did win a couple of 1-run ball games in that Tampa series. So basically, since the end of the Mariners series, they haven't really hit too much. And the only thing they were able to do in terms of run scoring tonight was Andrew Vaughn's solo shot in the top of the 5th inning. So. I did like seeing that. I will say, dead center power, that's cool and tough.
Dead center power is always cool and tough, Johnny. And anytime you can split the gaps, I mean, that's good too. You love to see players drive the ball.
And, that's the White Sox are driving the ball. Maybe not as much hard contact as in games past, and I know, It's all about the results. That's what matters at the end of the day, because that's what puts the wins in the win column and the losses in the loss column. But they are overall. You go to ontapsportsnet.com. Our guy Sox Insane with a post there today about the trends, the good, the bad, and the unlucky. And part of the unlucky was that they're like expected, on base and expected batting average is all pretty damn good because they're hitting the ball so hard. But unfortunately, been smoked right at people. So I'd just like to see some more of those go over the wall, like Andrew Vaughn did tonight.
Yeah, Johnny, dude, I think that one of the biggest things that I've seen with this White Sox team, outside of getting some really horrendous weather, is getting some really horrendous luck in terms of balls driven to the outfield. At some point, some of these balls have to go over the fence, right? They just do.
Yeah, weather's a product of that too. But even then, and other times too, it's it's in a game in the series finale against Cleveland. Gavin Sheets hits a friggin' frozen rope, but it's right at the second baseman. So guess what? If that's a little bit over in between first, second base, that's double down the line.
It is, and that's what really sucks, man. I've seen way too many of these balls wind up either foul or in someone's glove, and it's kind of really hurt this team.
Yeah, it just makes you sad because like when you hear it off the bat, you get excited. You just hear the pop and you're like, oh, the crack. Oh, yeah, that should be some solid contact. And then, like you said, it ends up either foul in a glove or not in a place where the White Sox need it, or it's on the ground. So bats need to wake up. I mean, I don't know what other better way to say it. They could use some warmer weather. That'd be nice. But at the same time, it's not completely like tundra frigid up in Minneapolis like you'd kind of expect for this time of year. So they're going to need to get it going. I don't know what else to say. Maybe a little bit of luck too. Lady luck. Do whatever you do for luck charms. I don't know about you. Have any superstitions that you use maybe to help?
I've got a couple two tree superstitions. I mean, it's where I watch the game, which room I'm sitting in to watch the game. Haven't won a game while I'm watching it in the family room. We tried to move down to the basement today. Tomorrow, we're all going to be together. We're going to be in the garage.
Yeah,
it's a garage.
So I've got mine. I've got my superstition.
You got to mix it up.
Yeah, Tony, one of my superstitions, though, is, head to toe attire. And that I take that quite literally. And I can't wear them every day because I only have a couple pairs of them. But I have White Sox socks. And I have not broken them out this season yet.
Maybe you got to break them out tomorrow.
I did one time during spring training, but that was just like I was excited for baseball and they were just in the rotation there. But I'm going to have to dig through the sock drawer and dig them out and actually wear them tomorrow.
What hat, what shirt,
yes.
There's clothing's another superstition for me. It just depends on,
that's it's easy. It's like I have so many White Sox shirts. I wear that every day, but I need to go full all out to really salvage this team right now. Right.
Yeah. We've got to do something. Tomorrow we're going to be in the garage. We're going to watch the game together. We'll make sure everybody's there. Feng shui, make it a good feeling.
I don't know if it's a superstition, more just a habit, but the rally beers would be flowing. So
they will.
We'll have plenty before the game too to maybe build up a base.
Build up a base. He was at opening day tomorrow. Yeah. In the garage. Maybe he's got to be kind of lucid.
Yeah,
I don't know. What we have to do. We're going to try and bring the mojo back.
We need the vibes to be immaculate, and right now they're just non-existent.
Well, it helps when you have a positive feeling, and this is something that I'm a huge believer in, Johnny. Like positive vibes bring positive results. You're a big proper planning guy.
Yeah.
When your broadcast crew today is like hyping up Miguel Sano's power in an inning when you are only up by 1 run and things aren't looking good. And, you got Michael Kopeck on the mound getting squeezed and he throws a pitch in the same location that you're watching guys like Jake Berger to end the ball game on. And you sit there and go, that's a good pitch. It's a strike. But when Michael Kopeck throws it, it's not a strike. And that's a good call by the umpire. I don't call Steve Stone out on this very much. In fact, I've gotten into some heated discussions with our guy Buzz over this situation.
Where's Steve the positive? Yeah, that's a hot topic for Buzz.
where's the positivity here, Johnny? Maybe they just need some
Where's the
positivity behind this
where's
team.
the true White Sox homerism? And I
Yes.
want to preface this that I understand that Jason Benetti is a smart dude. He is. He's a very smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how to study baseball. He knows the numbers that are important and indicative of future trends and all of that kind of stuff. But it's like he forgets that he is the White Sox team broadcaster at points and plays too much like a national broadcaster, so to say. Would you get that vibe?
Yeah, and I felt that Stone was doing it tonight. I
And
called
that,
out Chuck Garfien the other day.
yeah,
I feel like I've lost this White Sox homerism,
yeah,
and it's just something that I kind of really loved
right.
about the White Sox.
Well,
That's what bought me in. Like, you want people to be uber positive about this team. You want people to do that.
yeah,
I understand not carrying water. I understand that there's
yeah, no sugarcoating, but
you don't want to sugarcoat stuff. But you're up in a ball game, and I'm sitting here listening about Miguel Sano's power and how great he is and all this other shit. And I see it in the calls too, because you can watch the first inning and see on the pitch tracks where a pitch lands, and then see that same pitch end the ball game,
mhm,
and understand where the announcer tells you during one sense, or during when your team, and this is the home broadcast, says, oh well, that was a good call, and you're sitting there feeling like your guy's getting squeezed, and then the other team gets that call. That's kind of disheartening. Like, it's like I'm
yeah,
sitting here at home, and Ozzie Guillen called it out the other night, and I'll call it out again. The fans at home are smart. They understand what's going on. I watched that shit with my own eyes.
mhm,
Why is it different?
yeah. Like I said, it honestly is losing a little bit of a homerism, and maybe some people like in the modern sort of like fan, the new younger age fan, they don't like understand it all. But it's like Hawk was the biggest White Sox fan ever, and I'm not saying Jason Benetti is a different person; he's a different style, and I get it, I totally get it. We moved past Hawk in terms of being on the broadcast. Yes, I still miss him dearly, but you're the voice of the White Sox, right? Be the voice of the
Yeah.
White Sox. Exemplify it in every inning, in every call. That's what I want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do too. I don't want to. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about how great the other team is.
Yeah.
I want to hear about how great this team is
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's a good segment on the broadcast there, because like you said, the vibes matter, man. The vibes matter. And then when that's on the loudspeakers at home, that's the vibes that are being injected into you, and you don't have a choice but have to, you have to take it, sit there and listen to it. So let's move on. Tony, let's get back to the main issues here tonight. Obviously, we talked about Vaughn's home run. That's nice to see. We talked about Kopeck. That's nice to see. What was not nice to see was the defensive slop returning in the 8th inning. Looks like Kendall Graveman's going to get out of the situation. He's already got 2 outs, and then, a 2-out double there by Jeffers. That, it happens every once in a while. I mean, shit, Liam Hendricks is usually down has 2 hits on him before he even records an out. So Kendall Graveman to get 2 outs before that, whatever, it happens. Advances to third on a wild pitch. A little bit of a tough ball for Reese McGuire. Overall, I would say did a solid defensive job tonight, and this isn't the reason the run scored. The reason the run scored is because Carlos Correa comes up. Yes, hard hit ball to the hole, but Tim Anderson makes a play on it. So glove-wise, first, okay, I like that. I like that backhand pickup, but he can't get it out of his glove. So he can't get to second for the force out, and he tries to throw to first. Correa's got some decent speed. Ball is way wide of first base, and Jose Abreu's chasing after it. And when he turns around, he just fires home out of instinct. Nobody cared to let him know that nobody was coming home, because I think who was Rise, whoever was on third there, they were holding up. And then the throw goes behind the plate, and that's what allows Rise to score. Ended up being the game-winning run. Tony, Little League bullshit, as you would like to say.
Yeah, it's absolutely Little League bullshit. Don't throw the ball around. Eat it. Just fucking eat the ball here. One thing that and this is why I call it Little League bullshit, is because you're trying to throw the ball around to make a play. And sometimes it's just better to settle everything down in this situation so that you don't wind up giving away 2 or 3 runs. unfortunately, as a White Sox fan, it feels like we watch the White Sox throw the ball around more than this happens to us. If I'm the White Sox, I wish, just watching this, I wish other teams would do this all the time because it seems so goddamn easy to score runs when teams do this. You start throwing the ball around, it winds up at the backstop, then it's in right field, then it's over at third base, it's rolling down the line. Every single time that happens and the White Sox capitalize on it, I'm just sitting there laughing because it doesn't even feel as if you've earned it.
Right.
It's like the other team handed it to you. No one wants to be in that situation. I never want to be handing people runs. Don't do that. Get the ball back into the mound so that it's at a central location. If somebody wants to run on you and you've got the ball at the pitcher's mound, you have a chance to throw them out. Just get it back into the middle of the field, settle the play down, and end it.
Yeah,
it's Little League bullshit. Don't do it.
I will say with that setup, Graveman is going to back up, so he is not on the mound there in the middle. So
you
Jose
got someone in the you got to have somebody in the
but
middle.
Jose Abreu, all he has to do there is would have
run it back in.
Behoove, right? Exactly. Pick it up and then start running, and then you can evaluate. So then, if you need to make a throw, guess what? You stop, you plant, and then put it right on the money.
Just run it back in.
It's that simple.
You've already got the ball. He didn't even really break down the line until that ball got past the catcher.
Right? Yeah, and I understand physical errors are going to happen. I mean, it's a physical game. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of hand-eye coordination involved in every little movement. There can be little things that can throw you off in terms of, a ball sticking in your glove. Tim Anderson there. There can be a friggin' just a bad bounce in the dirt. There's a little rock in there. Whatever. It can all happen. But
you're correct. If TA eats that ball, does that run score?
What
don't even throw it.
One run scores because there was a runner on third due to the Reese McGuire, Kendall Graveman wild pitch technically.
Okay, so on
one
the
run scores and it's a tie game. Yes. That's where you're at if Tim Anderson
stop the damage.
Yeah,
don't throw it around.
Right. So
don't look like idiots.
My biggest issue, Tony, is that you already had your slop game, and I thought that was everyone we like to try and be positive about it in some way, justify it to ourselves as how can this happen as these professional athletes doing it. What do we think? Oh, they're just they get it out of their system. That was there, and then that's going to be the moment that they flip the switch and then start turning it around. It's been going on now, and what they say? Tim Anderson 6 errors on the road trip now. Did Jose Abreu's got a couple too to his name now? Those are your leaders. What goes back to what I introed this whole show with. Your leaders are not leading right now, and you need them. You absolutely need them, especially because
where's the heat? Where's the heat?
Right. And I would consider 2 other leaders, Lucas Giolito and Lance Lynn, as well, because they lead, on the mound, but then also just from a mentality standpoint. Like Lance Lynn, if he was there around, I don't know what his status is if he's traveling with the team. I would doubt it. Probably doing his rehab stuff. But if he was there, I would imagine that he would, go ballistic in the locker room, right?
That's where I'm asking. Where's the heat? Because I see all the heat on Tony La Russa, Lurie Garcia. I see all the heat on these guys, but I don't see any heat on Tim Anderson right now. I don't see any heat on Jose Abreu.
Right.
I don't see it at all. I scroll Twitter. I haven't seen any heat on those guys for not performing to the best of their abilities. In fact, I still see, stuff about, Jose Abreu, MVP stuff. I'm guilty of that myself. I think he should be performing at that level, but that's where this is squarely on for me. This loss specifically. In fact, where are your leaders? Where did they show up? I saw so much crucifixion for Tony La Russa for batting Lurie Garcia second in the batting order today. And he was the only guy in the first inning that got on base and didn't make a fucking out. Only guy. In fact, where was the crucifixion for Eloy not beating out the ground ball double play that could have been had there been one out? Lurie Garcia beat the play to second, which in fact where the throw went first. I don't see any crucifixion for Eloy. I don't see anybody getting mad over that stuff. Those are plays that could have changed the game.
Yeah.
Are they not?
Hashtag change the game, since that's what they're all about, right?
Yeah, so those are plays that could have
Come at
changed
any
the game.
moment from anyone.
Yeah, come on. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand the mentality of
The-
getting mad at the things that I've seen.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I will share some frustration, and there is. I don't think Lori Garcia should be batting second, but I'm also don't
Neither do
my
I. Neither do I by any means.
what I'm it's not going to change it. What I'm I like whatever. Tony shouldn't do that, and there's uh things that I have issues with him, but like you'd said. Comes down to performance, right? If the White Sox make clean plays there, they win this ball game. And we're talking about how they squeaked one out, even though they the bat stayed cold, but they were able to find a way. And then we're talking about a Michael Kopeck, giving them a nice start when they needed a lift, and it's not the same here. And like you said, it's their leaders that are that physically made the errors that open the floodgates there. Then I need to when you're talking about this and you say where's the kind of blame going. I will say just bats overall. And that is just from a plate approach standpoint. Obviously, we saw it in Cleveland not being patient enough nearly. Obviously, they did get a little bit patient at the end to load up the bases in that top of the ninth and make it a threat, but weren't able to convert. Reese McGuire pops out, infield fly. Jake Berger gets rung up. Granted, close call there, but still not able to get it done. Would have been nice. I think, that who was that in Pagan. That's who it was. Pagan. I think he was like kind of carefully pitching around Pollock and Vaughn because he knew those guys could beat him. And all would have taken was a fly ball. So unfortunately, those guys not able to get it done. But overall, I mean, you're looking at this. Sure, White Sox get 6 hits, technically out hit the Twins. It's 6-5 here, but Gavin Sheets has 2 of them. You had a wasted after the home run by Vaughn. You had a wasted double with no outs by Reese McGuire. Not converting on those opportunities is not very opportunistic, Tony.
No, and that's something that you've preached a lot on this show, the opportunistic side.
Yeah.
You had your chances today.
You had an Abreu leadoff walk in the 6th, too, and you got the second on a wild pitch.
Had your opportunistic chances today. You did not get it done.
Wasted.
No,
wasted.
Those are the ones that are more painful.
Yeah.
There were so many chances today to blow this thing open.
Yeah, I think that 5th inning would have been if they could just even if you just get Reese McGuire across, maybe it's next guy since he's on second there, maybe next guy just hits a ground out to the right side, and then you got him on third. Next guy brings him in, and then even if you just get 2 there, that's what I'm talking about. How they execute. What are you fucking listening to?
Yeah, you have to execute in these situations,
yeah,
man.
That's
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even if they would have just gotten that 2 there, that makes it that much. You're not in that situation at the end there with it being so tight, and maybe things play out with the butterfly effect, like you and I like to talk about, right?
And that's exactly like I'll double down on this. Yeah. One little play within this ball game in terms of a timely single could have changed the entire landscape of what we're talking about tonight. But that's why it's so frustrating, Johnny, is because I feel like I'm chasing that little butterfly the entire time here, and they just can't make it happen day after day. And now we're sitting here talking about yet another loss. This isn't the first time we've watched this year. It's not the first time we've watched this ball game in our time talking about it or in our lifetimes. Where do you start to get that? Because that's the next level. Like something has to click there.
Yeah, the bats. You cannot go on scoring at the low clip that they have been. The bats absolutely need to get it done. It's guess what? Other teams are going to score runs, and you should expect the other team to score 2 to 4 runs a game and still be able to win with how potent this lineup is. That's where I'm at.
I would agree with you.
Obviously, now, you don't want you want to keep that in like the 1 to 2 range.
Today's lineup, though, 5 runs. Are you expecting 5 or more runs from today's lineup, or do some of the injuries and where other things are falling into play? Did you expect 5 runs out of this lineup?
From this lineup, I think you could have 4 could have been fair, and I think that's fair. 4 with this, and add Luis Robert back in there, 5. Yeah.
Okay, that's somewhere near where I'm at.
I do
but
because it like think about the early part of the season. Granted, you're playing a little bit, different like quality opponents, but the Twins aren't world beaters here. Come on, like,
no, they're not.
like the only real good team that you had there. I mean, granted, I'll give the Mariners, they're on the rise, but on that, the only other like real good team was the Rays. And granted, they played clean enough games during those to be able to get it done with 3 runs in each of their wins there. But overall, when I
You
look
saw
at
the
it,
White Sox handle them.
like with like what happened, in like the first like couple series, I'm like, man, like this, I was thinking this lineup's going to be like deadly, man. It needs to get back to that level.
I want 10 runs tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, I do too. They absolutely need it. They need a breakout game like that, and I think that is something that can reverse all the mojo there. But when we're talking about this, and I talked about superstitions and all that a little bit of tinfoil hat time, I need to stop hyping up some guys here. And that's not that I don't like them anymore, but it's that they have not performed after I've hyped them up. So I'm going to cool the jets. I'm going to cool the engines, Tony. I'm going to cool the engines on Kendall Graveman, and I'm going to cool the engines on AJ Pollock. I will quietly root for him, but I'm going to stop going and voicing my rah-rah stuff about them. So I'm doing my part.
Well, I think Kendall Graveman, I was even hyping up some Kendall Graveman tonight. He's looked really good. One pitch gets away from him,
right?
Ends up into some trouble, and then
not all his, not all his fault there, but it's still, I did that and then it happened. So I just need to lay off it for a little bit. I'm not done forever, but I'm laying off it for now until we can get back recorroborated.
Prove it.
Yeah, prove
it.
Yeah.
But we also want to speak some things into existence here.
Yeah, let's talk about speaking things into existence in this game 2 of this series. White Sox Twins, 3:10 p.m. Central Time from Twin Cities on a lovely Saturday afternoon. Tony, like I said, the rally beers, hopefully turning into victory beers in your garage. It'll be Vince Velasquez on the bump for the White Sox, Dylan Bundy for the Twins. What are we expecting from this game?
Well, we're getting the boys together. The Sox on Tap crew should be out in full force. Should be a game. We're going to crack some beers. We're going to carry that positive attitude tomorrow because, like I said earlier, positive attitude, positive results. That's what I want to see tomorrow. Maybe a couple 2-tree home runs, as Steve would like. Want to get the, sequel to the Steve smoking a cigar photograph at some point. We're not going to get that if the Sox throw out a stinker.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see MVPs do MVP shit. Jose Abreu, tomorrow, pick to click. Let's make some shit happen at the plate. Let's not throw the ball around.
Yep. Lead.
Jose Abreu, that's my pick to click, needs to get the shit done.
All right, I like it. I'm going to go with a guy who I liked his last at bat, and that was Eloy Jimenez, lacing that double out to left field. I'm going to go with him. I don't know what the status is with him playing there. We got some news updates to get to after this a little bit. But either way, I think he'll be in the lineup, at least DH-wise. So I'm going to go with him. It has also been a while since I picked Eloy, but I like that. That double there gives me, I like kind of like the momentum riding that. So I'm going to go with that. And we'll see. Vince, with Vince, things could have gone a lot differently if he just fields that ground ball in his last start on Sunday. So if he exits that first inning with just 1 run let up, who knows? Because he did throw. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It gave you a chance. Once again, I like using that term on opening day. The home opener. So who knows? You need run support is the bottom line there. So that's kind of my key to the game for Saturday. All right, Tony, we got hit with some news before the game. Tim Anderson suspended 1 game for flipping off the crowd. He's appealing it. But any quick thoughts on this?
I mean, he's going to serve this, right?
He's going to have to.
He's going to have to.
It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is. Tim Anderson's going to Tim Anderson. You're going to have to eat that. We've already seen him serve a suspension this year for stuff that happened last year. Like, you've got to expect there's going to be a couple Tim Anderson moments throughout the year.
Yeah, hopefully. I think the appeal could be good timing, though, because by the time that process plays out, it's probably putting it in the Royals series. So
you just, and that's where you hope it just comes on a natural day off. is
Right.
what it is.
Right. That was my only thought on that one. All right. Luis Robert missing this series. So that's unfortunate. Hope he gets better soon. That's a groin strain. Obviously off day Monday. So we're going to give him this little break here. Tony LaRussa is hoping for him to avoid IL stint. Other than that, Josh Harrison he's hopeful to play Saturday. Don't know if we've had any further update on that, but that was the update before the game. Hopeful to play Saturday. Still getting treatment for that shoulder. That would have been possibly.
This team's lucky right now.
Yeah. It's not. I wanted to go with him, but I just don't know for sure. And then I would have to amend my pick to click. So I was thinking about him. But other than that, Yohan Moncada swung in the cage a little bit, took some ground balls. So that's encouraging. No timetable there, but everyone's favorite porcelain phenom, Tony.
Hey, the porcelain phenom. Can't wait for him to get back.
Drive up that on-base percentage a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want Jake Berger to be the one that gets sent down.
Yeah. I think if we get just a little, I know he's already had a home run, but we need just a little more pop from Berger. That would be nice to see, and that would really kind of solidify and make it a really tough decision for when Yohan comes back. But once again, no timetable, so Berger's got some time to be able to do it. But for the offensive sake, for White Sox fan sanity's sake, Jake, if you could launch, friend of the show, Jake Berger, by the way, if you could launch a home run tomorrow, that'd be ideal.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, maybe that's something I'll speak into existence.
Some
because
Berger bombs here.
Yeah. See, because that's just like, that, like I said, I went overboard on the other ones here. I'm just like shooting out some feelers into the
find a new slant. Jake Berger bombs. Let's speak that into existence.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, he did talk about his bombs, both the mental awareness initiative that he has, and then also the mental health awareness initiative, and then also the home runs. So he has discussed both of those on Sox on Tap. So Tony, give me a final thought, and then we're about ready to get out of here.
Final thoughts. The Sox are not in a great position right now. That said, it's late April. This team has a
it's 13 games
of talent. Plethora of talent.
13 games of 162.
Yeah. 13 games of 162, Johnny. You said it best right there. There's a lot of room for improvement. I expect that improvement from this team. I expect this team to be playoff caliber. It's okay right now to be mad online. It's okay to be pissed off at what you're watching. I am. I know you are, Johnny. But just hold tight just a little bit. It should get better. And if it doesn't, continue to be mad. Continue to be pissed off. That's okay. But right now, I'm not jumping off a bridge because of this team just yet.
My final thought is just that this lineup's too good to not break out of the funk. So it's a matter of when, and it sucks when you're in the slump, but it will break at some point. So let's just hope that tomorrow that's the day. I know we've been saying that for like the last 3 days, 4 days, whatever. But let's just hope that's it, because
we're on here hoping
it's too good. It's too good. There's too many potent bats there. There's too many guys that are making hard contact for it not to break at some point. So let's break that tomorrow. Break the slump. Get back in the W column. And that's it. White Sox forever.
White Sox forever.